So in here, there are 3 coolant tanks. I'm going to remove the back one first, because it's the hardest one to get. And you just pick these ones up. But when I remove the 3rd one, the reactor is going to go into our meltdown stage. Now, there's a bug at the moment where some of the reactors, but I think it's only on the Stargazer, are actually exploding the second you take this out, which is not what you want. Now, we've got very little time, which is why I took out this wall. Boom, see? Stuff's already started destroying.
Reactor meltdown sequence triggered.
I know that.
Required.
I know. I'm working on it, lady. Hello, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night, and we're back now. Look, in Hardspace, Shipbreaker. Now, I've run this right down to the wire, so I'm making this at the last minute for you because changes that the game introduced. There was also added a couple of bugs in, and I've been trying to sort of think of a workaround around that, but can't until they fix it. I can't really get around it. But it's made this job that I'm about to do a little more difficult. But first of all, we're going to need these. So before we get into why that is, we'll go into the equipment, because I have several different accounts. I do this in free play quite often to look at the way different things work. But then I also have to look at how it's going to work in shift. So I have another account. So I always struggle to remember. I have another license. So I've this is the one that's got limitless clones on it, and then I have one that's got 30 clones on it. So I kind of struggle I have to remember where I am. So right, we're going to need this for a start. That's a very good thing to unlock for what we're about to do. Tether lifetime would also be very helpful. Modular laser cutter. Stinger range would be very helpful. The cooldown will be even more helpful, I think. Thrusters, no. I don't really need the upgraded scanner at this point. I mean, these work suit upgrades would be great, because we might run into accident. We're in accident territory now, folks. So we might run into some accidents. We'll see. I don't know that we're gonna. Grapple range. I don't know if I'm gonna need the range. I don't think I'm gonna need the range on the grapple, but the tether lifetime is probably something I could do with increasing. Because today, have I got any? No. Today, we're gonna do a Gecko. So look, we're in big boy territory now. We could stick to some more mackerels, but I think you've seen enough of those for the time being. And the idea is that we're going through this list. So let's go to the... I don't know which one of these is worth the most. That one, I guess. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to strip absolutely everything off this ship. So hopefully most of it will be fairly straightforward. At this level, these are all station hoppers. Because these are the commercial Geckos. The industrial ones are different, as you'll see when I make the industrial Gecko video. But these are all station hopper ones. They're all commercial ones. So we're going to pick, I guess, that one. It's not going to make the 23 million. I mean, we're not going to get anywhere near that amount because the Geckos are so big, as you will see in a minute, that trying to get everything off them would take you about 5 shifts. And although I don't mind taking 5 shifts because there's enough value in these things that you can continue to knock down your debt, even if you go over 5 or 6 shifts. But we're going to try and limit it to... I don't think we'll do it in 2, to be honest. We'll have to be really motoring to do this in 2. Because I've done a few of these, but I've not done too many. Something always goes a little bit awry with these. You have to be really, really extra careful. So we'll try to limit it to 3 shifts. So let's go. Oh, I haven't got much in my thrusters. That's not a good start. Especially since, first of all, we're going to need that. No, that. Let's take that off. That's the sensor tower. So Let's put the sensor tower down on the barge. Oops. Hope it makes it, which it did.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Go in through one of the airlocks. A lot of these geckos have got 2 airlocks.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Boosh. Right. Now, one of the first things you need to know about this is that these are absolutely full of air pockets.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
So geckos, they're just absolutely full of little pressurized areas on the ship. So there we go.
Pressure level decreasing.
Do that. Recycle the airlock to get rid of the air in there.
Levels dropping.
Make sure the door's open. Yep. Yeah, these are absolutely full of pockets of air, and because you don't want to discover one of those accidentally on your way through, to clear all of those out.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Okay, that door is open. Yep. Right, let's go in here. See if we can find anything of use. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Oh, data drive there. Usually you can quite often find 2 or 3 data drives on board these things. Okay, I'm holding on to the side there because somewhere in here there's absolutely bound to... Oh, it's there, look. There you go. It's in the cockpit there, so I have to hold on to the door or the air escapes. Whee!
Air pressure level decreasing.
Now, if you played this game kind of intermittently or on and off, or you've just tinkered with it a bit, you might have seen other videos where they're dissecting geckos. All of those videos that I can find are wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not because those people were doing it wrong. Most of those people were far better at this than I am and could do these things really fast. You see, they wouldn't have done that like I just did, like an idiot. Where they're wrong is because they were, most of them...
Air pressure level decreasing.
Thank you. Most of them exploiting glitches, which Blackbird Interactive have now removed. So I haven't seen one decent video about how to remove these reactors now since they shut down all the glitches that people are exploiting. But I can tell you one thing, they will all say, you don't need a key to use a key. The keys are like 50,000. If you haven't, I mean, if you've worked your way all through the macros and things without using a key, you should really have come across 1 or 2. You should have come across enough keys. You don't want to buy one for a while. But even if you have to buy one, the utility keys are 50,000. The amount of money you could lose through accidents is a lot more than 50,000. This thing alone... All right. Oh, here's Weaver.
That's your meal ticket right there, Cutter.
I haven't got time to wait for him to finish talking, I'm afraid, so...
You should just slide out of the coolant casing with a good yank on your grapple. But before you do that, it's always a good idea to clear a path for her straight to the barge, because once you pull it, she starts melting down. And when it comes to reactors, you never know how many ticks you got till she goes boom.
Right. These are evil. These will start to move quite quickly. Right, but you need to keep them away from that furnace and straight onto the barge, because that furnace is hungry. Trust me on this. That will eat that. If it goes anywhere near there, and no amount of tethers, you're going to need about, well, maybe about 5 or 6 tethers to pull it out before it goes in, if you're not very, very careful. So let's get rid of the nacelles first.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Sorry, ordinarily I would wait for Weaver to stop talking, but I really don't have the time. Since we're doing one of these, it's so much time goes in. I just forgot that he was going to be here because this is the first time I've gotten to this point on this account. And of course I forgot that he was going to... I've done a few of these. I forgot that, of course, I did that on a different account. So, from Weaver's point of view, this is the first time I'm doing this. Bless him. Gotta love Weaver. Now, you gotta be very careful. I did that kind of haphazardly. We don't need to go any further down there just yet. What we're trying to do is cut the back section off this ship. Now, this is not a mackerel anymore. When I say the back section, you'll see in a minute. But the 3 plates at the tail end of this ship are enormous. They're the size of a house. So when this thing comes loose, when the side panels come loose, actually, they're going to try and make it for the reactor. And sometimes these things just pop apart, and it's really, really tough to catch them before the furnace eats them. Mainly because, like, they're really, really, really large, so it takes about... There we go. It takes about 5 tethers to move one. Okay. Remove this central
Fuel levels
piece.
are low.
Yeah, I know.
Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the master jack.
All right. I think that rear one is finished. Where's the other? Are there more? There've got to be 2 more thrusters. The other thruster. Where's the other thruster? There it is. So, what the main thing that we want here that's difficult to do... I was trying to explain to you why the people you've seen in that video were wrong. Not because they're stupid, they're all a lot better at this than I am, but since Blackbird fixed the glitch that most people were exploiting about the fuel lines, I've seen almost no videos at all talking about how to do it now that the glitch is finished. It was all very well while they were all exploiting the glitch, but that glitch is now gone. So now, which is why I bought a key, because it used to be possible.
Salvage secured.
It used to be perfectly possible. Whee! It used to be perfectly possible to do this without a key. But oh, I'm just going to go here and refill everything. Be quicker than going back inside to find those oxygen tanks that were in there. Oh, I overshot quite a bit there. Wasted quite a lot of time there.
Account credit applied.
So the main thing that we want...
Oxygen level stabilizing.
The main thing we want out of this ship is the reactor. But, as I said before, one of the main issues with this is that these 3 tail panels, and yes, you heard me right, that's only 3 panels. One in the middle, one on either side. That's 3 panels. They are absolutely enormous, and they take several tethers to get them to move. But the furnace will eat them fairly quickly if you're not careful. Now what we want to do is get this one to shift. So I need to check whether it is moving independently first, which it doesn't seem to be for some reason. What have I forgotten? Oh, that's what I've forgotten. These 2 pieces. Right, now this could get a bit hairy. Sometimes these panels just pop. Apparently not this time, so we should be okay. Right, that should be moving freely now. Need to check there. Is it? Yes, it is. So let's go and yank that to the wall with tethers. We want that out of the way before we do anything else. So, here's what we're going to do. This is quite a common trick. I've seen lots of cutters do this. We're going to tether this to the center of this back wall. Pull it out. There we go. Just going to get it to pull out straight. We're not going to recover the reactor in this shift. I know there are lots and lots of people playing this game who just rush through it to do exactly that. I'm not going to. Oh, I'm actually going to cut that brace away because it's in the way. I don't like cutting these keels away if I don't have to, but that one's in the way. So, oh, I can actually remove it. It's already out.
All right, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before
So we're already down to 5
Yeah,
minutes.
we wrap.
We're already down to 5 minutes, so I'm going to cut this keel out. Cut out this keel. And now that we've got our little power shooty thing. I'm going to try shooting it over there without... It might still actually get swallowed by the furnace, but I'm not terribly concerned about that, if I'm honest. So these fuel lines now should be empty. And you used to be able to just cut through this purple thing, or you could cut the fuel lines on these and for some reason they would not explode, but they do now. Trust me. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of anything in here that can go boom. And that's quite a lot of stuff in one of these geckos. Take it from me.
Valuable
I've had
object processed.
quite a few of these go boom. Oh man, I don't want that to hit anything. Okay, thruster 1 gone. These, for damn sure, need to be taken out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Because they'll explode in a heartbeat. You stub your toe on one of these and it'll go boom. Send it down to the barge. Hope it doesn't hit that thruster. Which it could have quite easily. I should have tickled that out a bit more. Ow. Because that's what happens. Ah. I'm rushing now, you see. There we go. Don't rush. Because that's where it all goes wrong.
Credits transferred.
There's a tendency to rush because you see lots of other people coming in here and blasting through these reactors and destroying a bunch of stuff and just getting everything they want out of these birds in like no time at all. Shit! Whereas me... Uh-oh, that could go wrong. Ooh! Yeah, sometimes... Don't think that everything's safe down at the barge, by the way. Sometimes things will go pop and boom. I just want to get these thrusters out if I can before this shift is over. Man. Okay. Then we're going to get the thrusters out. We can in the next 2 minutes. Sure we can. Okay, down you go, buddy. Don't think that's going to reach. But it got it anyway.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay. So, on the mackerels, we were lucky if we could get, 3 million in the space of 2 shifts. There we go. We were lucky if we could get 3 million in the space of 2 shifts. On this thing...
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
That reactor alone is worth 3 million. This is where things get a little bit dicey.
Got it. We're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Okay. Basically... There you go. Now, see, that one's on fire, even though the fuel lines were clear. So let's get that out. Get rid of it. I think that's bounced off and away, but I'm not terribly concerned. I've lost that, but I'm not that bothered. I just wanted to get it out of there pretty quick. So you see what happens. Is it can all go wrong. See, that one didn't go up in flames for some reason. That doesn't make
reserves are low.
a hell of a lot of sense.
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed.
And so then the next, when we come back, we're going to remove that reactor. So let's go in and get some dinner. So there you go, that was 1,761,000. And I didn't really do a lot there. All I did was pull out the... it was the thrusters that really gave us that much. 1,761,000 credits. See, the thrusters 3 thrusters. That was 1,350,000 just for the 3 thrusters that I pulled out. And the nacelles themselves, I got 4 of those, which totaled 300 grand. So the nacelles and the thrusters were more or less all I removed there. But it's worth a lot of stuff. Worth a lot of money, innit? I don't think I completed any work. Well, I must have completed a work order to get that many links tokens. Maybe I had that many before. I don't actually know. I have no idea, honestly. Right, so let's see what the equipment... Okay, the equipment's all looking good. Equipment upgrades. The Stinger range, I could do with increasing that, and probably the cooldown will come in quite handy during this, which you'll see. I can't afford that one as well. Don't think there's anything else I can get now. No. No, we're done. Well, more fuel for the thruster, but... Yeah, okay, we're done. So, let's go back in. Yes, what are we looking like on fuel and... Okay, everything's good. Whoa, I need new brakes. I upped the speed, but I haven't got new brakes, which is a bit of a pain. Right. Now, we're going to remove this thing. We're going to remove this fuel line, if we can. Have I cut that? Yeah, okay. I'm going to remove this fuel line. Get this thing out of the way. Stuck, but never mind. Never mind. Oh, stupid idiot. Keep pressing that instead of the right button. Right, now that they're out of the way, I should, he says. Oh, the third one. Yeah, of course there were 3.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Right. So now, we're going to try to torch through these bars that hold in, that are securing the reactor. Now, you want to make as much space around this reactor as you possibly can. But you got to be careful you don't hit the damn thing when you're burning into it. You will see why we do this in a few moments. Let's take off that section there. So I know, you think, well, that's enough room, but trust me, you don't want it to get hung up on anything. Because we're going to have to act pretty quickly. I'm going to leave that one. Okay, we got the top one. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in here if I can get through. Woo! Some thruster fuel, since there's a ton of it on this ship by the looks of it. There was O2 there as well. Oh, that's a pain. And a power cell. Oh, that's crap. Okay, let me just grab that. I'm not bothered about losing that. Yank that thing off. Right, the reason I'm removing all that is so that I can do this. Woo! Let it cool a second. That's why I wanted the increased cooling. Because there are a couple of places on this where I'm going to need to do that.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
Yeah, don't worry, lady. I'll try to refrain from damaging salvage. Right, now, this is where it gets tricky. And where I actually really wanted to remove those side panels first, but I'm not gonna. It can go a bit wrong sometimes if you do that. So in here, there are 3 coolant tanks. I'm going to remove the back one first, because it's the hardest one to get, and you just pick these ones up. But when I remove the third one, the reactor is going to go into a meltdown stage. Now, there's a bug at the moment where some of the reactors, but I think it's only on the Stargazer, are actually exploding the second you take this out, which is not what you want. Now, we've got very little time, which is why I took out this wall. Boom, see? Stuff's already started destroying.
Reactor meltdown sequence triggered.
I know that.
Action required.
I know. I'm working on it, lady. Okay. And we're going to tether from there right down to the barge. And while that's on its way down to the barge... Oh, crap. See, that's why I wanted those out of the way. While that's on the way to the barge, let's try and pull some of this plating off, because sometimes that'll stop it from receiving that as salvage. Come on. In you go. That's bouncing back and forth at the reactor, which is not great. Okay. Let's pull the reactor out. Make sure it's in there. Oof. Okay.
Credits deposited.
Right, so the reactor's gone, but you can see there is debris. Even so, it's very difficult to get that without actually doing any serious damage. Now, the next thing I want to do is pull these out of the way. But these plates are absolutely enormous. So, quite often, what you're going to have to do is grapple them. If you try taking these straight to the processor, which is where they've got to go, try and lift them straight to the processor. I mean, it might get hung up on something else. I don't know. I hope not. But if you try taking them straight to the processor, what will happen almost every time? God damn it. See? That's got caught. Move that out of the way. Don't know if my tethers have actually broken now. Let's go see. Oh. God damn it. Stupid idiot. Yeah, that actually might make it to the processor now that I've pulled it up a bit. No, I don't think it will. Okay. Yeah, if you tether these right straight to the processor, you'll find that they'll get hung up on stuff that's lingering about there. That's probably going to get stuck now because it's caught under that other damn thing. But yeah, if you tether those straight to the processor, you'll quite often find that they'll get caught, the tethers will snap, and then the furnace will just eat the thing. So you don't want to do that. You want to try, if you can, to lift it all out of the way. Doesn't always work out terribly well, but
tether supplies are low.
Most of the time we're good. Look, bits of the reactor plating and everything. There you go. So, here, so once they're out of the way, what I want to do now is take out the ECU, which is behind here. So behind here is the engine cooling unit. It's just easier to cut the wall than cutting holes, and it seems like it takes a long time, and you're thinking, no, that seems awkward, but trust me, I've tried it.
Damaging valuables.
Yeah, that valuable is worth almost... That's not very valuable, as it turns out. It's worth almost nothing.
Deposit not accepted.
It's worth very, very little, that wall. So it's just easier to try and pull it away. Right, now this section here, I think is free. No, it's not. But that's good, because I get to do something I love. I love doing this and then watching them break away. You watch. Oh, he says you watch, but of course it's the top ones that I must have missed. Yep. There it is. This is why I increased the tether lifetime as well. which I think must have broken now. No, tether isn't broken, so why isn't that leaving? Have I tethered that to the wrong panel? Must have. Alright. Oh yeah, that's the big panel I grabbed hold of there. Roof panel. Okay. I do go overboard with the tethers here.
No tethers remaining.
I would rather pay for the extra tethers. Because honestly, these things are massive. And it is so often they just get swallowed by the furnace because they accidentally drift near it.
Warning.
And there is a
Oxygen
lot
reserves are low.
of nanocarbon on this ship.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
See, that didn't quite work out how I wanted to either, but
Credits awarded.
once I've cleared this...
You got 5 minutes left in this shift.
Thank you,
Knock out
Weaver.
that work order before they turn the lights out on you.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to put that there. I should perhaps have put that there once I got in here, really. That was a bit soon to be messing around doing that. But I love doing that because I love the feeling of watching these panels cut away as you cut through these things. Boom, look at that. Oh, that's... I don't know why I find that so satisfying, just watching that drift into the processor after I've cut it. I have no idea what that says about me, but... Right, one of the other major things that I want to get out of all this is the reactor. Oh, I don't know what my work orders are. So I need to salvage storage, nanocarbon, and 27 computer terminals. I don't think I'm going to sit and watch you watching me taking off 27 computer terminal. That seems like pain I don't need to put you through. If I record it at all, I'll just speed up the video or something. But we need to get those work orders, because otherwise we got no links tokens and we can't get better equipment and stuff. Whee! Yeah. Be very wary of coolant tanks as well on this. Ugh. That tether must have broken. Oh no. What? Now what have I done? Why isn't it going anywhere? Okay. I have no idea why that isn't shifting. Maybe there's another cut point that I've missed. Or is that the one that's actually tethered to the... Nope. It is not. So why isn't that free? It's not this one attached to the bottom, surely. Whee! Oh, right. Okay. Nope, stuck. Now you can just zip all the way down the ship and cut all these. The reason I don't cut the central ones yet is because it helps to get the panels off quicker. Sometimes the panels will pop off a little bit by themselves. Oops, if you cut through all these points first. But you really have to get them all. And there are lots of them, so... Whee! Alright, there's one of our favourite new cut guards, which are a pain and I hate. Okay. Alright. We gotta go back up the side now. So yeah, we'll leave most of those keels for the time being. These little things here, look. But titanium keels.
One minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up. We wrap.
That's it, warning me that it's going to hit me in the face. Off you go.
Valuable object processed.
That's going to clatter that thing. Yeah, there we go. Don't think this will be powerful enough to push this panel away, but nope. Sure won't. Right, now that thing should cut away. There you go. It is so satisfying removing the panels from one of these big fellas. I don't know why, I just like find it immensely satisfying. There you go, 3,711,000. So your the class 2 reactors are worth 3 million. So when you come across one of those, that is your that's your big money. That's your big ticket item, basically. So there we go. I've destroyed a lot of reactor plating there. It's got lost. It's got sent down to the barge. You can remove all of that, but it's worth next to nothing, so there's not a lot of point, really. But there you go. There's the big ticket item. And then, of course, these big nanocarbon panels all need to come off because they're worth a fortune. So I'm going to do one more shift before I wrap this up. Whee! Ooh, we definitely need to repair the cutter now. It was smoking a little bit there at the end. Okay, don't think I've got any... Increase the stinger range, but that'll wait till... Grapple range will be handy. Alright. Let's get back out there. First thing I do when I get new brakes, I need new brakes. That's what I'm after. Right, I can pull all of these little thin panels off the sides. This is kind of what I really want to do, because to get rid of these panels. Actually, most of these you can just blast into the processor. You don't really need tethers. And I should really be doing that, because otherwise I'm eating up tethers that I'm definitely going to need for the big panels there. But, you know, whatever. I'm just trying to get through it quickly rather than maneuvering around.
Object accepted for processing.
It's not like tethers are especially expensive. It's just a pain going back for them when you run out. One of the upgrades you can get is to get, like, I think you get 50 tethers at one point. Oh, that's not cut free for some reason. That's weird. Why not? Oh, that's the one I tried to remove before that wouldn't shift. Okay. I think that's bugged, actually. I don't think that's supposed to be... Is it because the heatsink is there? Yeah, the heatsink was... That's a bit of a glitch, boys. The heatsink wasn't attached to it, but was actually stopping that panel from moving. So now, that's why I couldn't get it to move away before. I know, I know. Don't worry, I got this. Whee! Set that down there. Right now, this thing will probably move into the processor. But as I've said before,
Salvage secured.
This is why we need the tether lifetime, because these panels are absolutely enormous and it will take a long time for them to move. So I want to tether them to the outside. It's just close enough to get them so that the processor grabs them when they get nearby, but trust me, you need a lot of tethers to get these to really shift. So here it comes. But The tethers expire. You see how slowly it's moving? The tethers expire before that gets to the processing unit. It'll just hang there.
Tether supplies running low.
And the furnace will swallow it. But I need... Can't get that other big one just yet. I need to get rid of some of these panels. And that one. Oh no, it is moving. Now I do need to get a lot of the computer systems from inside. One of the main other things that I need to get is the... Oh no. Where's that thing going? Where are you going? We use the tether. Clang.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Deposit not accepted.
Okay, there we go. This one, like half of this is aluminium, but the aluminium isn't worth as much as the nanocarbon, and I'm not going to waste the time trying to separate them. Right, what happened to the big lad? Don't tell me that actually went. Did that actually work first time? That seems really fast. It seemed like that big panel moved really, really quickly. Like, quicker than I expected it to, really. Quite a lot quicker than I expected it to, in fact. Right, okay. That's a little panel down there, which I could probably blast, but let's tether it.
Valuable object processed.
After what happened the last time I tried to blast one of them, let's tether it. Oh, it's not free for some reason. Oh, right. Okay, this one actually does have a cut point still attached. So I get to do that lovely moment
Deposit
where it
not
just
accepted.
whee drifts away. There it goes. Okay. Right, that is an aluminium panel. So that wants to go over there. Okay. See all the loose debris
Object
here from...
accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Okay. I've got no tethers remaining, so that one's going to have to be blasted into the processor whenever I get the goddamn key right for it. Right. Now, to cut these keels away, we're going to need some little bits of debris, so like this. So for those of you that didn't see the video that I made explaining how these cut points work when they added them, I came in to make a video for you guys. There we go, you got to blast something and then cut it. There we go. Cut through those and then we can send these keels to the barge. But I need more tethers to do that, because that's a really long one, because I haven't cut it into tiny pieces. I need more tethers anyway, so... Oh, good shot this time. Yes.
Welcome to Metatron 9000.
Fuel, tethers, thank
For your
you.
purchase.
Ugh. Hope that doesn't get hung up on the frame there. It might. Faster I can get this thing there, the better. I find that big sticky out fin there on those is the best place to sort of tether them. Now, it's possible I can cut this in one place and drag it all out at the same time, but I have had this go wrong a couple of times. So I accidentally cut through the aluminium there as well, so... Oh, I haven't cut that free. Stupid boy. See how that wigs out? And it then wants to go into the furnace, which is... The furnace is probably going to get that now, because I... Oh no, we got it. Right. Now, one of the things they're definitely going to want is this.
Processing valuable objects.
That there, the power generator. So we've got to remove a bunch of the stuff surrounding it. There's another keel there, but we'll have to get in here to get that out. We need to take that big aluminium panel off the roof there. Fully cut into that, because it's aluminium, that's not nanocarbon. Whee!
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, don't tell me that panel doesn't come... No, that's attached to one of the other panels. Right, this is a massive pain, because there are actually 2 airlocks there. And to get that panel to come loose, I'd have to cut those off. Because one of them seems to always be attached. That thing thinks it's escaping, but it ain't. Right. So, you can't just take this thing out. I'm going to have to cut through the airlock to get rid of this goddamn panel. Oh no, it's actually an aluminium panel, so I can just cut through the panel, I guess. Because I don't want this thing here. Whoop. I don't want to cut through the... I think there's another heat sink or something in there. No, we're good.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Now that thing's gone and got stuck. There we go. Slide on out, little panel. Go to the furnace, where you belong. No, you don't. You're not escaping. Right, it's got that. Right, so before you can pull out the power generator, you have to, well, to do it safely, you have to get the fuses out. And the fuses are here. But we have to do this right. So I have to wait for the blinking red lights to go out. Then pop it. Grab the fuse. Okay, that's one. Sometimes there is only one, but quite often there's more than one. And the more of them there are, the more difficult it is, because every time you remove one, the power, that little blinking red power sequence for the rest of them gets faster and faster. There are 2 more there by the looks of it. Great. Yeah, it gets faster with each one, so... Okay, that fuse. That fuse. I think that's your lot. I don't think there are any more. Pretty sure that's it. Okay. Yep, pretty sure that's it. Right, I'm going to pull this panel away. But pretty sure it's got coolant tanks in it. So I'm going to need to get that coolant tank out as it goes by. There we go.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Right. Now, this wants to go to the barge. And I'm pretty sure we've dealt with all the fuses, so... That should come out now without any damage. God's sake.
Valuable object.
I do not have the patience.
Credits deposited.
There you go. Down you go. There you go, so we're on the power plant. Now the problem is that to cut the rest of these panels off, we've got to cut through the airlock.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Good morning.
Which is a
Your
massive,
oxygen reserves are dropping below
massive
statistically
pain in the
top level.
backside. Oh crap, I just cut through the heatsink. Never mind. I forgot there was another heatsink. Usually there's only one. On these level geckos you usually get one, but I forgot there's another one on this one. Right, I think we've cut through that. I'm not sure.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
Yeah, there you go. There isn't another bloody heatsink on the other side of this, is there?
Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish
There is
off.
another heatsink. Okay, there we go. Well, folks, I am nearly out of oxygen, so I'm actually going to go back and wrap this shift up. But, since we're only 41 seconds from, I can't see the point in refilling my tank. There we go, so end the shift there. And there, see, we made another 3 million, and that's just from nanocarbon and I guess the power plant as well. So look, nanocarbon panels, we got 1.7 million worth of nanocarbon panels there. There isn't much left on it, but like an aluminium shell. There's a bunch of seats, which you saw when we went in there. There's absolute tons, and a load of computer systems. So yeah, I think actually we will. I'm just going to... Thank you. Okay. Right, we really need a decent... We need the cutter to be in decent nick for this next bit. So this, of course, for me now will be the fourth shift.
Deposit not accepted.
I think it's worth coming out for 4 shifts. If you're just all about the speed, then, you know, probably not. It probably isn't worth it at all. But if you just want to get all the money that you can out of it within reason, you know, I'm not too worried about leaving stuff behind, then you know what you want to get. I've got to get, for my workload, I've got to get 27 computer terminals. And I think there are only about 35 computer terminals on this, so I can't afford to destroy any. And the quickest way to get them out is to melt this. I've seen people that say, oh, this takes a long time, but not nearly as long as trying to cut square holes without damaging anything. This is actually way faster. The only problem is that you risk overheating your thingy tool here. Whee! You just melt this. And of course you lose this panel, but again, you lose a lot more than that.
Destroyed. Please
So,
revisit your training.
you know, I would have to cut away these keels as well, so get rid of those. Cut away the keels. Don't think that's actually attached anywhere else now, so I'm pretty sure I can just drag that away now. Yep. See, you pull those rather than cut them into tiny pieces. But so now, look what you got here. There's lots of seats that you can just drag down into the barge. But I'm not that bothered about the seats on this occasion. What I want is the computer terminals. So I'm going to start, once I've cleared these out of the way, to give myself a little bit more breathing space, I'm going to start stripping out the computer terminals. But I'm not going to put you through the pain of watching me do that. I am going to leave you there but you can follow me on Twitter at knights_arcade if you want to head on over there, or you can check out my live streams. I stream over on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The link to that is in the video description, along with links to the Knights Arcade Patreon, Facebook, and goodness knows what else is in there. I've got so many links in there now, I forgot what they are. But if you don't want to do any of those things, leave a like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more from me in the future, and ring the notification bell to be notified every time I post new content. But until next time, from Knights Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.